It's a Mountain West Conference title elimination game on Friday night as Hawaii travels to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas to take on the UNLV Runnin' Rebels. Right now, I'm seeing the Rebels -3 as the prevailing line. There are a couple of -2.5s out there. Total 64.5/65 between these two potent offenses. Friday night national TV. How do we break it down? Let's talk about it. Teddy covers WagerTalk.com with a big game breakdown for Friday night's college football. And again, these two teams right now, both are sitting at 4-2 in a crowded top of the Mountain West. San Diego State's alone at 5-1 at the top. Then you have Fresno, Boise, New Mexico, UNLV, Hawaii, all sitting at 4-2. The loser of this game, probably out of title consideration. And they will be. So it's a lot on the line for two squads that really haven't been here all that much. UNLV was last year. The last 2 years, this Rebels program has been as good as I've ever seen them again. I've been in Vegas since 1998. And UNLV was a bottom feeder for extended stretches of time since I've been in town. This last run, all right, the last couple of years, first with Odom and now with Mullen. You know, Odom's took the Purdue job, and now Dan Mullen took over. But let's say the last 3 seasons have been the best 3 seasons of UNLV football this century. And I still don't trust them here. I really don't. What are you going to do? They're a team that I followed fairly closely. And it's certainly, whenever you're living somewhere, you get that local news coverage, and you happen to read, you read it every day. It is what it is. So you kind of soak in info about teams in your own local market. And that's why I've always felt real comfortable betting the Mountain West and betting the Pac-12 in Las Vegas. Of course, Pac-12 doesn't exist anymore. But those teams were always on my radar, and they continue to be on my radar. So UNLV has been very good for me. They've been good for my bankroll. They've been good for my clients' bankroll in recent seasons. And that said, I know that I trust them here. All right. We saw them the last couple of weeks. All right. They had lost to New Mexico at home right here on this field. They failed to cover on this field against Utah State last time out. They failed to cover the previous home game against Air Force. So they've been favored at home. Failed to cover -5 Utah State. Failed to cover 4.5 against New Mexico. Failed to cover 7 against Air Force. The defense hasn't been good enough to consistently get stops. And in recent weeks, the offense hasn't been as explosive as they were earlier in the season. So those are significant concerns for me when you talk about laying points to Hawaii. Before I talk about the Warriors, I do want to let you know about what's going on. Well, I want to ask you guys one simple favor. Let me start there. If you like these type of breakdowns, just hit that like button. Bing. Thank you. Problem solved. We appreciate the comments. Tell us what you think about Friday night's Mountain West Showdown or any of the other games on the schedule this weekend. And, of course, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. What are you waiting for? We're approaching 250,000 subscribers. We put out a ton of quality content every single day. Not just me. There's literally like 24 guys putting out good content day in, day out. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Check it out. I appreciate it very, very much. Also want to let you know what's going on my page at WagerTalk.com. We have a great deal right now. And I know this has not been a banner football season. It's not been the best football season. I'm well aware. All right. That being said, I haven't become an idiot overnight. I've become an idiot slowly over many years. And I expect to make money down the stretch. I really do. You can get the rest of the football season. $3.79. That counts every play, every day, right through the Super Bowl, all college football, all of bowl season, all the rest of the NFL regular season, all the playoffs, all the Super Bowl, all the props. Nothing more to buy, no bait and switch, no nonsense. And I'm telling you guys, I understand. I look you in the eye and say, yeah, this hasn't been the season that I expected. But I didn't give up yet. I expect to make money before this year is through, and I encourage you, get on board. Let's see what we can do together before this season is done. So check out the homepage, www.buzz.com/TC. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. This Hawaii team has impressed me pretty much from the get-go this year. week one, they had that weird game against Stanford where they ended up getting the cover, and they got bombed at Arizona the following week. But since that, they've only lost twice. They had a 2-point loss to Fresno. They covered in the spread in that game. And they had the game against San Jose that was wild back and forth. And that was really the worst game their defense had all year, where they gave up 45 and got eganed that day by the Spartans. And San Jose was, brought it that day. And it's not like Hawaii got blown out in that game. They were in it. They scored 38 points. The defense didn't play well. Last week, the defense certainly bounced back. They shut down San Diego State, and that was impressive. They were 6.5-point dogs. They won the game by 32. They were 3-point dogs. The previous road game at Colorado State, they won that game by a dozen. They beat Utah State. They were dogs in that game. They beat them by 18. They were dogs at Air Force, 7-point dogs. They beat them by 9, straight up. We're talking about a team that, A, has been consistently competitive, even in hostile road environments, and B, has pulled off more than their fair share of upsets. And C, by the way, when Hawaii comes to Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, they draw well. They'll have some fan support, maybe significant fan support, at the stadium on Friday night. So, again, do I love it? No. Am I backing up the Brinks truck to make a huge bet in this game? No. But if I'm playing Friday night, I'm taking the points with the Warriors. Hawaii plus the points and fading my hometown UNLV running Rebels. Appreciate those comments, likes, and follows very much. Check out my homepage, wt.buzz/TC, or visit the website, WagerTalk.com, and have yourselves a great betting weekend. Thanks for watching. Cheers.